Weihs, once again from the groove.
Coming to you straight out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And brought to you by the Sioux Empire Podcast Network. This is Urban Indianz Podcast.
Outsiders and outsiders, it's our fire. To everything that we turn to, we will go lava. Like acrobats, see us flying the twist off a cliff and never drop down under a bridge. So hands up. Eyes out there, throw your hands in the sky. Rosebud pine, reach down to the shy. Raise up your fingers, and we coming with the raw. Raise up your fingers, and we coming with the raw.
Bringing you an educated and entertaining look at life through the eyes of the modern-day Native American. Urban Indianz Podcast. Hosted by everyone's favorite natives. Night Shield, Night Shizzle, Miss Shark Green Maximal, GP, Gorilla Pimp, and Candy Stands. You're listening to Urban Indianz Podcast.
All right, welcome to episode 31 of the Urban Indianz Podcast. I'm your host, Gabriel Nightshield. It's a very special edition today. I'm joined by a few colleagues of mine that I've been working for numerous years. I got a new album coming out tomorrow. Actually, it hits everywhere. So if you're listening to the podcast, actually, this will come out, I think, next Wednesday or something like that. But the live stream, the album comes out tomorrow. So joined by Vaney, or V the Noble One, Jayson Weihs, and Nate Foote, Crime Spree, and of course Robert, our producer here.
Hello.
You guys want to maybe give us a little bit background info?
My name's Nathan Foote. I go by Crime Spree. I'm a local artist here in Sioux Falls. Been doing music quite some time now. Just kind of lately taking it serious.
You're on the album.
Yeah, I'm actually on the album on this one. Been blessed on this.
Yeah.
Jayson Weihs, local promoter, Sioux Falls. I've been working with Gabe on shows and around town for a long time. For promoting the album release show this Saturday night at Icon Lounge.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, Be the Noble One. Been around for a minute. Me and Night should go back to the first brick. And I'm also on the new album as well. Count That. You need it in your life.
Yes.
Definitely.
Right on. Well, yeah, and I asked you guys to be over here because, I've been working with you guys for forever. Wanted to talk a little bit about the album here, maybe play some tracks, just get some feedback, especially from the people that are, listening or joining us or whatever on Facebook and I don't know.
Live around the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
No pressure, huh?
Yeah, it can get scary sometimes, but I don't know. And, I don't know. Would you have a chance to listen to the album at all?
I did. I did the album just because, this is probably by far the most mature album that you've done in terms of the subject matter and that type of thing. And so for me, as a person who got an opportunity to watch your entire maturity from the music that we was making in the beginning to what you're making now, man, it's dope to see. I enjoyed it.
Where does somebody log in to view the
it's on
live stream?
The live stream. I just shared it onto my page, and then it's on the Urban Indianz page too.
Yeah.
I tagged you guys in it, so you guys should be able to.
Is it just on Facebook? Or
Yeah,
it's just on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, man. I feel like. Well, I got in a lot of trouble. So I almost went to prison and all this other bullshit. So
Yeah.
it's like.
That'll get you.
Yeah, that'll sort of straighten you out a little bit, and then it was demonized to the point where I couldn't even talk about music or anything like that. With the people that were in control of my life.
Right.
I even went to jail a couple times for performing and stuff like that, which is after they were like, yeah, you're good, you can do this, and then I did it, and then they were like, no, fuck you, you're going to jail.
Was it just the being in bars?
Yeah, that, and they didn't like the element of any type of hip hop that didn't matter where I was performing at. They just didn't like it or whatever. So I don't know. That's why whenever Marcus Wright's situation came up recently, I was like, man, I know that fucking feeling because that's fucking bullshit. But yeah.
I do. I guess I agree with Vaney here. I've seen a lot of your music, heard a lot of your music, and for real, by far this one is the subject matter has changed. I mean, you touched a lot of ground on this one.
Yeah.
I feel like you got a song on this album for everybody on this one. You know what I mean? Seriously, whereas before you was like, you know, you're on this one level right here, and that's why I'm gonna keep it.
Well, that's like I'd be driving around, and you know, since the last album came out, like I've got custody of my daughter and stuff like that now, and I'd be driving around listening to my other shit, and like, oh, that probably shouldn't be.
Right.
Really,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I wanted to sort of. And I'm old now too, so I mean, like,
well, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
You know, like. You know, being in the spots with you, being on the road with you, watching you recording all the stuff that we was doing it into and everything like this. You know, honestly, like it seems something that people take for granted, but it's important. It's special to live long enough to be able to tell these type of stories. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't get their shit together ever. Right. You know what I mean? And not that your shit was way out there, but it's just a matter of being able to have the time to round out your thought process and come to land in something where you can use that experience to educate people on the side of life that some people don't understand.
Yeah, for sure.
So my question about the album was, what was your feeling about it? Like, I guess the vibe kind of cleared up. Like, what was your goal in
I wanted to make like a like a hardcore hip hop album without any of like the club songs or anything like that. Because I mean, I got, you know, fucking albums of club songs and that kind of stuff. I wanted to just do like just some straight like rapping with some actual like messages. Like I wrote a song for my brother-in-law and Bernie that passed away, and you know, just that's like the title track SAVivor is like about how I got in trouble, and it was probably a good thing that I got in trouble because it sort of forced me to like look at myself, you know, in a light maybe I, you know, didn't want to see, but I, you know, you have to sometimes. All right, you know, Minnehaha County sort of made you. But I don't know. I just wanted to do a more like all these older rappers like Jay-Z and all these people are making more mature albums and sort of like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't keep doing the same thing. Plus, hip hop at this point too was getting like kind of boring to me too. It's like the same shit. You know, I've been doing it, you know, legit like performing and all that stuff for like almost 15 years now. Like
it's a long time.
Putting out albums for like almost 20. So
it's a long time.
Yeah. So. I just wanted to do something different.
Culture is definitely strange. Like the younger audience isn't interested in a lot of the things that were interesting in hip hop. Like when you guys started, you know. The other thing is the culture these days is it's so hard to get people out of their houses. You know, it's because everything is available on the computer. You know, so getting people, you know, promoted shows, having release shows. I mean, I remember every show we used to work on was like. Popping 250, you know, like easy. You know, we do. Yeah, I mean, without question, we'd do 200 people on a week's notice.
Yeah,
like every time.
Right.
And now that would be insane. Like,
some of the shows that like come through the town, like Crooked Eye or like, you know, big artists, they'll be here. There'll be like 12 people there. I'm like, what? Like, you know, like 10 years ago, Crooked Eye comes through.
Days of the week are so huge here. You would think that the artists are of such a caliber that it doesn't matter that it's Sunday. It doesn't matter that it's Tuesday. But it does. Like, people legitimately will not do anything on work days or whatever.
And we wanted to be together.
Yeah.
You know, to listen to certain things. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't... Like, honestly, the artist was maybe 40% of it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, especially even when it was even before, you know, so much of... Prior, like even 10 years prior, not 10 years, but 5 years prior to what we were talking about, Nutties and whatever, like the shows when it was even a little bit more underground, like halls and stuff like that, prior to going to bars, artists didn't matter at all. You know, it's like that's where like a lot of that came from in Sioux Falls, at least. You know, it was like people having shows at houses and garages and churches and stuff like that, and it, you know, a lot of times it was just the social event was the event. It didn't necessarily matter who was performing.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, you know, we were talking about the early 90s North days, probably 2008, 9, or around that time frame. Like, the local support for music was out of control. Like, it was just great. Yeah. All genres were being equally and heavily supported.
People talk about, like, the Pomp Room back in the day. Yeah. I feel like, you know, people still kind of talk about it now, but like 5-6 years from now, they'll talk about Nutty's basement. Like,
sure, it was that.
Yeah,
it for sure
was jumping.
Yeah,
I mean, there was definitely a moment in time where they had 200 people in the basement, 15 to 20 nights a month.
Yeah,
you know, and that's unheard of.
Well, not only that, but well, me in particular, because we were doing, you know, Rap Wars and Who Got Next and all of those different things, series shows and stuff like that was all killing. But just from a performance perspective, when you were in there and like you were at here, you know what I mean, level with everybody on stage, and it's just straight seat to the back, and it's just packed, and the energy was hype, and if you got people going, they could touch the ceiling.
Yeah, I used to like to hold the ceiling while I was
you know what I mean? We used to have, you know, the jankiest green room ever. You know what I mean? That we were all mobbed up in, but it felt so right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of those things, but like, even then, I wasn't like, man, we need a better green room. It was just like,
this is cool,
For the first couple of years, you could still have smoking. So
the whole vibe, it was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was wild.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was really, really a moment in time that hasn't been duplicated since.
Yeah,
there are definitely shows that have this sort of vibe, you know, where they get a bunch of artists together. They do, you know, we've had moments that have recreated it, but nothing consistent. Not since. So, and it's crazy because Sioux Falls just really, I really feel like just needs a properly run, good venue, you know? It's like the district is too big and, you know, I don't know. It's just like there's just so much opportunity. There's so much going on. It just doesn't seem like it should be as stagnant as it is.
Yeah, it feels like it goes in spurts. Like, I feel like we're sort of in like a dead spot right now.
Yeah.
But it'll come back, I think.
Well, I also think that it's just, it's just a different thing. Like, I think people are starting to come out of that phase of where you start and end a campaign completely on social media. Right, you know what I mean? Like, we were at the beginning of that where you still had to be physical, you still had to go see people, you had to get kicked out of the mall 3-4 times. Like, that's just what had to happen. And now, like, you know, kids was like, man, I'm just gonna put stuff on the web, and even that's not working for them. And they're having to realize that they gotta go and actually connect with people and bump into people and actually shake hands and make people care about you in a way beyond the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just, like you said, the music is just too easy to get.
I think that there's like a mass exodus from Facebook going on right now.
Right.
And I think that that's going to force a lot more interaction. I mean, which is a hugely positive thing. I think people are just moving from Facebook to Twitter, or whatever. But I feel like it's at least a one less thing that people are getting their lives sucked away by. But yeah, Facebook has been turning people off for some time now.
Yeah, music too is like, it's almost too accessible at this point. Like, to the point where I debated on whether I was even gonna like press CDs for this. Sure. It was just like, it's just almost a waste of money at this point.
It's a tough cost to recoup.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't recoup it. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where like, if you make this, you make the thing so people can physically touch it and whatever. Because I'm talking about, even me right now, I'm talking about doing like some greatest hits type stuff and doing kind of a box set or whatever, and it's completely a money dump, but the whole purpose is just for people who really rocking with you, who still want to touch and feel something, who want to have that momentum to be able to do that. But when I switched to the band, part of the reason why I did that is just because it was like, you know, this was the first time where people who have grown up most of their adult lives had listened to hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And where I could do a sit down type situation with people who had to go to work the next day, who had to take their kids to school, who didn't want to necessarily put their hands in the air and wave them like they just don't care. Like, they just wanted to watch something dope happen. And I actually enjoyed that. I enjoyed being able to have a band and being able to lead the stage for a while. and just have people sit. Like, I don't need you to do anything, just sit and listen to the music. And it, for me, it was what I needed at that particular point in time, because, you know, I didn't want to be doing dancing a jig for people to, you know, always be, you know, entertained. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, look at this dope musicianship. And that's why, for me, you know, hip-hop gets boring if you don't change the subject matter, if you don't change the style, if you don't change the whatever, like, you know, because you get to a point where, like, I don't care if you care if I got a nice car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not even if I care that I have it. I don't care if you care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you care that I have this or do that or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, I think that just comes with getting old too. Just like,
Right. But I super embraced that. And so for me, it was like, I realized that there's this whole audience of people out there that have evolved and wanted their music to evolve to.
Yeah. That's sort of, I think, where I'm at too, because I don't have the energy to go out there and be like chasing these little kids down and trying to get on that level. Yeah. Like, the people that I think are gonna come to this show on Saturday are are like my friends. They're all old. You know, they're not gonna be like, I'm not getting like the 22-year-olds in the fucking bar. It's
going at 11:30 if you want to, bro. I'm not catching none of that.
Like, I don't have the energy to chase after that crowd or whatever anymore or whatever. So,
I mean, I also think, you know, when you're talking about the physical CD and stuff, at least these shows that you're playing, you're playing that Nelly Juvenile show in Brookings. You know, shows in Rapid, and you go back to Rosebud and stuff. I think that you still play enough shows that have the type of environment where it's probably supplemental income for nights for you. Yeah. And, you know, it also puts the music in hands that it kind of lives on in a way, you know? Yeah. Instead of just like, you know, that show I went to, you know, the CD might be in someone's stereo for 6 months, you know what I mean? And you're making a real fan you know, out of somebody that that might not have been.
When they can put that disc in on the way home.
Yeah, so I think the, you know, the SoundCloud, you know, culture, whatever, is detrimental in a sense that, I mean, even myself, like, I don't have very many actual physical CDs or LPs for that matter from current musicians that I love. I don't have nearly as many. And that's a sad thing for me because I have a huge record collection and it's like it just stopped at one point.
Yeah,
you know
that's how that's how mine is too.
That's interesting though. Like, I'm way back in on vinyl though.
Yeah, well, me too. But I mean, as far as current stuff, like I was buying it. I was buying it up to a point, and then there was this one day where it just stopped.
Your collection, you could just tell when the internet took over,
like data. And I think it's a good thing to continually put out physical product.
No, that's real. Because I don't buy any disc anymore, but like, you know, on Sunday and Saturday, me and the wife are cooking and trying to clean or doing whatever. I throw on the vinyl, but it's like, it's Al Green, Sam Cooke, you know, Etta James, you know, like it's old school stuff, but I enjoy that more. And music is different for me, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, it's just whatever mood you want to stay in. Like, now people want to be in a particular mood all the time when they listen to music. You know, before, when you listen to a CD, like, music would make you sad, it would make you happy, it would get you pumped, it took you through, like, the dynamics of emotion. Now people are like, I want to be turned all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I can't be turned all the time. Like, sometimes I want to come down and just...
That's the vibe I get with this CD. You know,
right?
I mean, it's got that same vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like if people are like gonna get this album, like hoping that it's like some get drunk and fuck chicks, it's not.
Yeah,
I mean, I got like 5 other albums.
You got some cuts.
But honestly though, bro, like I'm super happy that it ain't that.
This is awesome.
Because you got more to offer to people than that.
Yeah, well, I mean, and there's definitely been just witnessing, you know, there's been a transition in your life, clearly, you know, I mean, like with your daughter and, you know, with your troubles, you were drinking for a long time, you know what I mean? And not that that's a good or a bad thing, people drink, people don't drink, whatever, but it definitely changes. I mean, if you're going through a time period where you're drinking every weekend or you're going through a sober X amount of time, like, you're probably putting out different output, you know? Yeah. And I don't know how much of your creative output was stifled with not being able to, you know, work on music, you know? I mean, so maybe a lot of the, you know,
I feel like
maybe sat for a while, you know.
the songs on this album that I listened to that I wrote like when I wasn't drinking, like the rappity rap songs, like fucking the Killing Strangers and the Warning and stuff. I just have to fucking rap. I don't know, but I feel like after I got done with all my bullshit or whatever, and then was able to do whatever I wanted to again, that's when I started like really writing like concepts and like actual shit, because I couldn't concentrate on shit other than like the fucked up situation that I was in or whatever.
Right. Well, you know, there's a certain point where you get tricks. You know what I mean? Like, I know this shit gonna play. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's certain times where I do a show and I know this particular thing, this particular song, this particular style, like I know this is gonna work. And so then you start leaning on that. You know what I mean? Like I know I can pull this out whenever whatever. And it's not like you're not challenging yourself. And for me, I always young cats always come to me and they'll talk about, you know, making music. And one young cat in particular was you know, because you know all these young cats got so much angst and whatever, like stuff is just super deep for them.
Yeah.
Even though like the music doesn't necessarily reflect that. And it was like, man, I'm just nervous about making music and what the fans going on, blah, blah. And I had to tell them, I'm like, yo, if you running around here worried about what your friends want and how they want you to make music, then like, who's the fan?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, I make this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it has to make sense for me. It has to do something for me. And then hopefully there's an audience for it. But like, I'm not out here taking requests. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not something I'm interested in. Like, it's too personal of a thing to say, we want to hear more of this. Well, make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I've definitely listened to other people's opinions on like that's how like Broken Dreams came about. Yeah. Like everybody's like, you should rap, you know, you should do a song with our Lakota language. And like after hearing that like a million fucking times, I was like, all right, I gotta fucking do this, I guess. So I don't know. I got a song on here on SAVivor too. That song has some Lakota singing on there.
Oh, at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
it ain't not always wrong, but it's just.
Oh yeah. It's just
I gotta be there.
Yeah, it's something you like. I gotta want to do. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
I think like this album really shows your diversity or your skill level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause you come in with like the Bang Your Head is like more heavy metal, you know, screaming metal, and you're still able to come in and rock that shit. You know?
Yeah, Maniac kills that song.
Yeah,
too.
he does.
Yeah.
Maniac.
Well, even with Maniac, you know, diverging from some of the typical things that he would do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On here, and I think that's what's beneficial, because for you and for Maniac, you both are thinkers in a way that I don't think people appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's good for people to be able to see that particular piece of it. You know what I'm saying?
And I appreciated, I was all the cast of characters, you know, a lot of the same.
Yeah.
The 10 years ago crew, you know.
Right.
Seeing Maniac and V and Trey, you know, and Louie, you know.
We all on it.
Yeah, so it's like it's good to be able to see a lot of that, you know, people sticking together, you know.
Yeah, I want basically for features on this, like I just wanted to get like the people that I really like kick it with and that I'm like actually like friends with or whatever.
Absolutely.
Rather than get like whoever's hot at the moment or, you know, whatever. Because I mean, been in this long enough. Whoever's hot at the moment will probably won't even be making music 2 years from now.
Ain't that the thing, though? Ain't that the thing, man? It's crazy. I mean, ain't that the thing?
But real shit, there's a lot of dope features on it.
You got
everybody on here.
You got to be on here.
It's dope, man.
Instead of doing I did want to switch it up too, like completely like format style. Like that's why there's no cruelty track on there. There's no like silly intro or.
But you still got that kind of feel with the Never Knew Your Name.
I wanted to get like, because there wasn't very many like rapper features on it before that song. So I was like, I want to get like outside of like Maniac, I want to get other people that I work with. So that's why I wanted to. Especially like Reckless too. There's like, there's a bunch of people on that one. So it's like 2 songs that have like most of the rapper features on it or whatever. That's not Maniac.
Well, actually, when you hit me up for the hook for Never Knew Your Name, I mean that was part of that thought process of that road that you go through to, like, people just. I don't care what level it's on. I don't care if it's local in the town of 100. I don't care if it's in a regional area. I don't care if it's national. I don't care whatever. for you to bubble up out of whatever environment that you in, to where your name travel, to where it ring bells, to where it's on the billing, to where it attracts people and gets them up off their couch to go to another location, take money out their pocket, put it in somebody else's hand. Like, shit is not easy, and it's not nothing. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't care what level that's on. You don't have to be Jay-Z for that to matter. You know what I mean? And even as we were thinking about that, for all of us that have gone to that thing, like, it costs. I don't care what level that you at, it costs. It costs you relationships, it costs you money, it costs you time, it costs you energy, it costs you sanity, it costs.
Yeah.
And like, for people to have your name mean something to other people, that's something. Not everybody is about that.
Yeah.
Not everybody's willing to do that. And so that was, you know, my thought process when we were doing that track. And then I love hearing, you know, kind of everybody's, you know, verse on there, because that's one thing that I know we all on the same page of, that we learned after, you know what I mean, taking a lot of bumps and bruises, you know, to do what we did.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Like, thinking back, like, because my first solo album came out in 2004, so that's almost like 15 years later. You know, it's my 7th album.
Right.
It's fucking crazy. I don't know. Like, it's something I never would have thought of. Like, back in high school, I would have never. If someone was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have a rap album one day," I'd be like, "Yeah, okay." So you're gonna have 7 rap albums. It's like, oh, what? All right.
Well, we know cats is 10, 15 years in and don't have a physical.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Album. Don't have a physical album to hold.
Yeah.
And when you can fill a shelf with them shits.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, I want to just tell people, like, you just don't understand, even outside of the expense, but to have that many tracks in you, to be able to maintain relationships that long, and then to be able to have, like, the day ones still be the squad, still be the people that's on these joints, that's just a super rare thing. And it doesn't happen, again, at any level. You know, a lot of times when it's not like the major, you know, level, like, people can really, play it to the left. They can really put it to the side, and they don't really give it the same appreciation. But, you know, to have the same dudes that you rocking with, to be able to have that type of trust and integrity and relationship that people still want to fuck with you after 15 years, like, you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No. This song.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This goddamn song.
This one
is like the realest one.
This one caught my attention because it's like country but rock. I mean, like the older rock, but I mean it's a lot different. But
Hey Baby.
Yeah.
It's talking about, I was in, calling my daughter, like, "Hey baby, like, I'm not gonna be home tonight. Like, I'm in fucking jail."
First of all, my take on that one was like the phone ringing. Like, who the fuck still got a phone that ring? That's what I was thinking when I heard that shit. I'm like, who the fuck? No one still has a phone that. Like, no one has a phone that rings like that anymore.
Blame Mike Trash. I blame Mike Trash.
Yeah, I was like, yo, bro, you gotta get an updated phone sound. Dude. Like, what are you doing right now? Like, when I heard that, I was like, come on, bro.
It's not even believable anymore.
Yeah, nobody phones ring.
I never even thought about that. Should have had some ringtone, some like Flow Rider ringtone or something.
Yeah, something like that. But like, come on, man. Or with your daughter ringtone would be ringing to her phone.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. Man.
Like, ain't no house phone. You know what I'm saying? You calling her on the cellular.
Yeah.
What's her ringtone?
Yeah. It's crazy. Dude, Wellington Down is the third verse on this. He's the one doing the harmonica. Like, he's playing harmonica.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, man, I want it to be like some like real like country, like, you know, jailhouse rock type.
Yeah, that's exactly the feel you get from it. You know what I mean?
Super different feels with the trash. You know what I mean? Obviously with the Killing Strangers, that whole vibe, the like you said, the screamer rock type flow. Southern type,
down to the country,
you got a lot of different sounds on it.
That's why I'm saying something for everybody. On this
a lot of different sounds.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, it feels good to have like a weird. I don't know if it's weird, but it's just like a different project than the usual, like, you know. Even I was get like the Sex, Drunks, and Hip Hop Volume 3. It's like, all right, let's get it's enough.
Yo, I don't know if you remember. We were about to go into a rally or something that they had us go to. And he's sitting in the. I don't know where we were at, but you tipped myself back and it was like, bro, we gotta.
Oh yeah, that was way back. That was like
you know what I mean. It was one. We were at like a. They wanted us to rally to talk to some kids and shit like that. You know what I mean? And it was still like in a fucking phase. You know what I'm saying? When you were doing those type of things, I was like, bro, like we had a rally, man.
And he was cussing around.
And I was drunk too.
Yeah, you was out the back, you was back and tipping them back, and I was like, yo, we about to go into the thing, man.
You know
what I'm saying?
Dude, I don't even want to get into the story of that Rosebud, dude.
And Rosebud.
Yeah, this dude was so drunk, he couldn't even do the show, man.
It's not even a weird, that's not even a weird story. Like, that was like,
that's him.
That was like par for the course. It's like, dude, I'm fucked up. I don't even remember this shit. I'm like, well, this is going to be a problem.
That's the night, didn't they like pull the plug a couple times?
No, well, I don't think they did it on purpose. Well, they might have. Because it was like, grab the Bacardi. Now it was a party. Like, and I was like, did they tell you what this rally was about? You know what I'm saying? And then it got through our set fine.
Yeah.
And then he gets on it like a song too.
Power went out like twice.
Then they got it back up. He's like,
And they give me 2 chances to get it right.
They just need to be aware who they're booking first.
It's not all on you, but when we sitting out there in the parking lot, you know what I mean? He begging them back. I'm like, come on, geez. So that's funny.
Yeah, I think that was in Wagner. That was way back in like 2004, maybe.
No, that was
like really early on.
No, that was a throwback.
And that
but then it was also like, damn, like people getting paid for this?
Yeah.
People getting paid for this? What the fuck?
Yeah, that was crazy.
We got lots of red stories.
Yeah, a lot of red stories.
Lots. None of them are appropriate, right?
Yeah. It's
keep them on.
Yeah. One of these days we're gonna do a book or some shit.
Yeah, well, Jim Murray was gonna he was like in the process of writing a book called it was gonna be Sex, Drunks, and Hip Hop, like the book, and I was like telling him. And then I was thinking, like, man, one day my daughter's gonna read this. Like, let's just kill this.
That ain't a good idea.
That's probably not the move.
I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing this anymore.
That's a good
scratch
call.
out there.
No, that's a good call.
Yeah, I'm excited though for this show, man. I think it's gonna be awesome.
I hope so, man. I don't know what else I could do, but like promotion wise on it. Like
right now, tell everybody to come out.
Saturday night, Icon.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. I tried to just get people that I was cool with on the show. Just sort of like the old school feeling with just like people, just have a party with just your friends or whatever. People come. I hope fucking people come.
Yeah, man, I'm still getting drunk. So.
Yeah.
I'm still partying, man.
I don't know. Though. Yeah, we had God damn it! I totally spaced what I was just gonna say. Oh, I didn't even think about it because Native American Day is on Monday, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I can shoehorn this into like the Native American Day parade and weekend and all that stuff, and that all came after the fact, but I don't think they're really.
Just tell people you showing them the McGregor fight.
Yeah. Once we locked in the date, and then like 2 weeks later, McGregor announced his date, and I was like, God damn it! I was fucking pissed.
Right. Just go ahead and fold it on in, baby. Be like, McGregor after party.
Yeah.
Then we talked about that. You're just gonna have your phone on stage and be like, yeah.
It's going down.
I already talked to Icon. They got a projector screen, so maybe I can hack into that and
throw it on the wall.
Yeah. Everybody just be stopped before it's like,
stop all performances just for that fight.
Yeah.
How funny you mentioned that though with social media. We were doing a show one time at the district and the show was going pretty well and people were posting about it and I had my smartphone on. And this just shows you just how different it is. And I'm in the song and my shit is like blowing the fuck up, and I'm like looking at like alerts and shit of motherfuckers posting shit and everything, and it's so weird, just like how conscious you are all of that shit all of the time, even when you in your thing. Where for that moment, everybody was in that moment. If you wasn't there, you fucked up.
Yeah.
If you wasn't there, you messed up. That's the thing that I miss the most about me. It's cool being able to share it, and it's easy to have people share your brand and everything, but there's just something about when you cannot get this moment back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people got to be in it, and you can't be lazy as an artist. There are no do-overs. There's no controlling that. Everybody's got to be in the moment at that particular time.
I feel like when we first started, it was like before Facebook and even like MySpace, I don't even think was really like a thing. Like, it's a good thing and a bad thing, because I feel like all the shit we was doing back then probably, wouldn't be good for Facebook.
No, I wouldn't.
Be like, oh man.
It's crazy how it was really good for music for a while.
Yeah.
And then it just got so oversaturated.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we also lived through we were before everybody and their mom is a rapper now.
Right.
Like, before, it's like, goddamn.
I mean, that's kind of... it's been a thing.
It's always been a thing, but the game was harsher.
Been so excessive.
There was a point where it flipped over, where it was like, anything is good because it's your style. You know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't anything like objectively good or objectively bad. There was a point where it was like, you're trash. And that was, you know what I mean? Like, objectively, we could all agree on that, right? Like, now it's like, if you can carve out any audience whatsoever, your music is good as anybody else's.
And I think that threshold was also financial a bit. Right. Because if you had the faith in your product or had fans or whatever, you're going to spend money to go into the studio. Or something like you went to college to return, to learn how to record, So back then, and or, whatever, you had to invest in yourself.
Right, there was a barrier.
Now you got a quiet room in your house and a computer.
And you're good.
You're good. I mean, you could jack a beat off YouTube and, just record, clean it up with some filters, pop it up, and
your first show might be at the district. It was a situation where we knew we was going to lose $1,000 going in, because you had to get the RAM quota or something that was 8 times bigger than what you needed, because nobody would let you book in an establishment. So you just had to take a hall. You had to get your own sound. You had to put up the stage. You had to do all of those type of things, and you knew going into it you were going to take an L. Yeah. But it's just what had to be done.
Yeah.
And now,
that paved the way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people that's like, owe us, and da-da-da-da-da. I don't need anybody to know what necessarily happened. Though it surprises me that nobody is concerned. Nobody wants to know. That part is interesting to me, because for me, and part of it is how we were raised, where there was music playing in the home. Like, I was listening to music that I wasn't old enough to really fully appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I always looked at, those people with reverence, you know what I'm saying? And if you listen to any MC of a particular time, they still gonna talk about, Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap, you know what I'm saying? Those type, Rakim, those type of dudes is still being a whatever, because like their DNA is in what we do, you know what I mean? And I think that kind of, went away where things are so disposable. Stuff just comes and goes so quick. Like, people don't even have the expectation that you last anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So to have an artist that has a 10, 15 year career is just, that's not really a thing anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Like, I think I can count on one hand the amount of people that are still doing music.
Right.
Well, they're pretty much all on the CD.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. No bullshit. But what's interesting is when last time Nelly was through here, the Blizzard tour at this hotel, we was opening for him. And I was never a Nelly dude. And in the 90s, I was like, Nelly. Because, I was hardcore New York in the 90s, so I didn't want to hear shit else. Unless it was like Dog Pound or something. But we was sitting there and I was watching him. And I remember him performing or doing sound check. And I'm like, man, fucking Mehling. He did 45 minutes straight, like a 45-minute block straight of all number ones.
Yeah.
I mean, all number ones.
Sure.
Every single song had went to number one. And you just like, fuck. This is so many. And then you just had to be like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, that is amazing. Like, that's dope. Like, to have that level of success for any period of time, but for that longer period of time,
yeah,
is, you just can't front on it. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, bro, I just got to break to the single. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we're in a single culture now. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I was just actually thinking about this, that a group out of Minneapolis that, I mean, I'm not going to name names, I guess, but instead of putting an album out, you know, they're kind of popular MCs, you know.
Right.
Instead of putting an album out, they put out like 3 2-song singles, you know.
Right.
And it's just like you get that jump. You get the end with the single culture, like you get the streams, you know. And then if you put an album out with all the songs that you've already released, your album automatically gets all those plays.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so the numbers game is so crazy now. It's almost more beneficial for artists to put out like a 25-song track. You look at all the huge hip-hop albums now, the new Wayne, the Migos albums, you know, what are they, 22, 25 tracks? You know,
Yeah.
it's
Just
like,
single that out for 3 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the streams obviously go through the roof when you've got 3 times as many songs on the album, you know.
Right.
So yeah, it's a totally different numbers game as far as all that goes.
That's one thing I love about Hope though. When you know, when he was battling with iTunes and all of that, and he was like, "Don't single out my album. I want people to get this work." And one of the things that the motto for a lot of my stuff, if anybody follows my music, you know, there was a period in time when my stuff was kind of schizo, and I had just a bunch of different tracks, but particularly my last couple, there's a story arc to it.
Sure.
And when I heard, you know, some of Jay's earlier stuff, Reasonable Doubt in particular, like there's a clear story arc to it. You know what I mean? Where like you could just do a movie, and it's one of those things where it's like, if somebody is listening to that project and they're taking just pieces of it, there's so much that you're leaving on the table because of how it connects. And that increases the degree of difficulty by like 10. You know what I mean? Just doing songs that just feel good and are dope in the time, like that's still not easy. But doing it and having a story arc and having, you know, some type of thought process going to all of that, the degree of difficulty is way higher. You know what I mean? So I appreciate people still putting together pieces, still putting together like an entire piece where I want you to put this in, and I as the artist have a full expectation that you never skip. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people make albums like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, they just make singles versus saying, I'm making this piece of work that I have the expectation that that is good enough that I don't expect you to skip any of it. I want you to listen to it from beginning to end. I just think that's still special.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about the music nowadays is people don't craft albums like that anymore.
Right.
And like, so going into this project, that's something that I wanted to do, is give like a full experience rather than just like, you know, a single of this. Here's my club single. Here's my serious single. Here's my fucking, you know, whatever.
Right.
You know?
Checking the list.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what was that? The Snap. Did they remember the Snap fucking music? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We passed it. I wanted to mention earlier. They were playing the Lesson Learned song. That's a song I did for my daughter. But I wanted to give a shout out to Trey Lane's kids and Ashley's. They sing the chorus on that, and then my friend Kevin Kroger's daughter, who's really good. Her name's Alexa. She's only 13. She did the chorus, so it's all kids on the chorus of that. Trey Lane like wrote the chorus, but then the kids all did it. I thought that was really cool.
No, that's super dope.
I was trying to get my daughter to do it, but she's way too cool to do that. So.
No, she not on the album.
yeah. See, she could have been on.
She too cool for school.
Could have been scooping some royalties already. Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Get them when they're young.
My wife for Piano Man, for the video for Piano Man, like, which is one of my most popular songs probably by far. she wouldn't be in that. She wouldn't be in that video, but now she's like, you should let me be in that video. I did ask you to be in the video.
Alana was on our show a while back, and she
her.
said, she was like, he asked me to be in the video, and it's one of my biggest regrets that I never did.
And then I asked her to be in the video, and she wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, dang, why is it so hard to get somebody to be in my video? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know.
How many videos you got? A couple that bang your head. That's Flux. You got a video for that.
The version on the album is different than the video version. It's slightly different. Like we took out the live drums on the album because Sane, the producer, is notorious. It's a good word to say. But he did not care for the live drums over his beat, so he made me take them out. So, but yeah, it's it sounds, it's almost the same, but Sane was right. I think the album version is better.
Wasn't even that though. Rocking with Sane for as well.
Yeah, Sane's somebody I've been working with for a long time, and we've had our ups and downs. Like originally he was gonna do this whole album, but then it's like, nah, it's probably not gonna. We butt heads too much, so which is probably a good thing too, because like it made me, Mike Dresch produced a lot of this album. There's a lot of live instrumentation and stuff on there, and
the quality is good on there. It's really, really good.
Yeah, Mike is a super underrated, producer. I think if one thing comes out of this album, people will start hitting up Mike more for like tracks.
Mike is good at most things, though.
Yeah, because he did a good job.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the next video I'm gonna do off this is gonna be SAVivor. In a perfect world, I would have had a video for that song to roll out this week along with the album and everything else. But my main guy that I work with, Jake, is too busy. And I could have gone with somebody else, but I feel like I want to work with people that I already know.
Yeah, but Jake's doing big things now.
Yeah, he's
doing big things, man.
He's got some cool stuff he was telling me about that I can't mention yet, but if it works out, he'll be set. But yeah, we'll be shooting video for that here probably pretty soon. I don't know. Yeah.
Get a little bump, couple months or two down the road.
Yeah, for sure. I think with this Nelly show coming up, and then we got like a bunch of shows coming up that I haven't really announced yet, just because I want this to get out of the way first before I start cluttering it up with other stuff or whatever.
So who was he saying that did your artwork on this?
Oh, my dude Deontay, who I've been working with for forever too. Like he's done all my albums. He's from Georgia. Never met the guy before. Way back in the day, I used to be on this message board called The Sickness. And it was like a Brother Lynch Hung like underground Bay Area message board or whatever. And that's where I met like a lot of people that I work with still. Like that's where I met Sane. That's where I met Deontay, the guy that does all my artwork for and then the dude from Midwest Mixtapes and all these people like from The Sickness. I probably haven't logged onto The Sickness in 10 years now, but I still work with these people. It's weird.
Back then it was like before SoundClick, before BeatStars, before any of that type of stuff, where you could just go on and find beats. Like somebody had to like send you a CD. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to pick your beats off of that. You know what I mean? And like you had to really develop relationships with cats. To get the type of sound that you wanted to have. You know what I mean?
Those days, sometimes I miss those days, but other times I'm like, nah, I'm glad those days are over.
No, I am. Well, and I was in a group, so having like to decide.
I think that'll be a lot harder.
On to be together. No, that was some bullshit.
Everybody got to be on the same page.
I love my dudes, but creativity by committee that's tough, bro. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? And I'm particular. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm super particular, and like whatever mood I'm in, I'm super in that mood. So trying to share that with other people and have that other type of stuff. That's one of the things I loved about Night Shift is that when we did shit, he would just send me the beat and just be like, do you, and then I'll get him where I'm feeling, and that allowed me to be able to. But I always felt like I had a feeling for what he wanted, what he was trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? And that always worked better for me. Some people don't know how to do that. Some people don't know how to just like, you do your thing. You know what I mean? And so that made it always easier to do when we were doing, you know, Rest of the Ghetto, baby.
I remember we did a mixtape track like back in the day. And I gave you this beat and I was like, all right, you know, give me a hook and a verse or whatever. And his verse is like 3 minutes long. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, for real?
I mean, it's long as fuck. Yeah. It's long as fuck. I gotta find that someplace.
I ended up just putting it on a mixtape. Like, we used to, like, Revenge of the Nerds, or, I can't remember what our other mixtape was, but I just was like, I'm not even doing anything with this. This is on a mixtape. This is just as it is.
It was like, it was long as fuck. I took some liberties with some. But, like, if I was really feeling some shit, like, I gotta debo my way on to this shit. Like, yo, I just need to hook, fuck that. Like, I got a verse for you.
On this whole thing.
Yeah, you know, I gotta drop this verse here. Don't send me dope ass beats like this.
Yeah. I think that was a Rockwild beat too. Like, I think I don't know if he still has it, but he had like a beat page up that you could just fucking get Rockwild beats.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
Which was nuts. But that was the part that was fun though. Like, you know, when you found a beat or when you found something like that, or even when we collab, when we were in the same room with each other, you know, or you know, we would be recording it together.
Yeah.
And we was mob deep in there. And now it's like, you know, like, email me that shit.
Yeah, that's what it is, man.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's convenient. You can do more with more people that way. But there's definitely something, especially for me, because the pageantry of hip hop is important to me. You know what I mean? Like, the competitiveness of it, the battling of it. Like, so when I hear somebody over there, you know, mumbling a dope line or whatever, I'm like, oh, I got this. I'm tired with my shit. You're not about to do me on this track. And like, I like, for me, that's the part that I enjoy. For me, that part that I enjoyed is hearing somebody say something fresh and then being like, nah, I ain't going out like that. And then when you knew you was on tracks with certain people, you knew like you had to come with some extra bars. You couldn't come with the regular shit.
Yeah.
That's what we did with Reckless. We was kind of doing the same thing with our verses. We talking shit to each other as we was writing them. I'm like, nah, my shit. What do we say? You had to redo your verse, or nah, I didn't redo my verse.
Yeah. And then Levi came in and was just like, God damn it, this motherfucker.
That was my whole thing. Like, could I get somebody to rewrite their verse? That was really what my whole thing was, to have somebody be like, fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do with it. That's how I try to do it.
Can I make somebody rewrite their verse? You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. I don't know. I think, the album comes out tomorrow. Do we have anybody on? Has anybody messaged on Facebook at all or anything? Any comments from
Bobby Johnson? I am watching you guys.
Oh, what's up, Bobby
Johnson?
Yeah.
OG Bobby Johnson.
Yeah.
OG Bobby Johnson.
I'm sniffling that.
Yeah.
And at one point, Char tuned in or chimed in with the. Shut up! I'm not that old. Haha.
Char's been messaging me this whole time.
Old as hell,
like, you know goddamn well I'm on the air. Like, I can't fucking message you back. Yeah.
And she is old. What, she gotta be 30 now?
Yeah, she's old as shit.
So dramatic.
It's so dramatic.
Nah, I think she just turned 29.
Gabe's body was never found.
Yeah. She's in Oklahoma. I feel safe saying that now because she's in Oklahoma. But like,
If you in your 20s, nobody want to hear that shit.
yeah. I always see that on Facebook. Like, I feel so old. I just turned 27. It's like, shut
Give it a
the
minute.
fuck up.
Give it a minute.
Yeah.
Give it. I put my hamstring like eating a sandwich. You know, that's when you getting old. You're just like, fuck. What did I even do? I didn't even do anything. All I did was get up.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Then you old.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know. Anybody else got anything else to say here?
Cop that check.
Yeah.
Saturday, Icon.
Yeah.
Saturday.
9 o'clock?
Icon, yeah.
9 o'clock.
Yep. Album drops tomorrow on iTunes and everywhere.
You're like switching to whatever the opposite camera is that I've got. I'm like, hold still.
I keep moving. Copy.
SAVivor.
Yeah.
Saturday though at the Icon Theater.
Saturday, Icon 18 plus. Should be a good time. We got Brandis, we got Rogues Gallery, we got Maniac. I'm excited for Maniac to be down here. He's just not down here that often, so.
Maniac's gonna do it.
And he was telling me last time we performed, he was like, "Man, I haven't performed in a long time. I was all winded, and I got to get back into shape." So I was like, "All right."
Yeah, was it the ICP?
So he said he's got a special performance ready, so that should be dope.
Not buying it,
Oh,
Maniac.
I'm gonna be on stage.
Yeah. John Roberts, who just got nominated for Native American Music Awards hosting, he's a comedian or whatever, so.
That video was nominated too, right?
Yeah, Killing Strangers is nominated for Best Music Video Concept, I think?
Concept,
Yeah.
yep.
You can go on there. The actual awards is next Friday. Yeah, next Friday in New York. So you go on there and vote for me.
Yeah. They still have time to vote, huh?
Yeah, go vote for Killing Strangers.
Where is
also, it's in Niagara, New York.
I mean, where they go vote?
Oh, NativeAmericanMusicAwards.com. I'm so bad at this. I don't know. Native American Music Awards. Go vote for myself. Go vote for John Roberts. Go vote for. Let's see who's in hip hop is Chase Manhattan, Sten Jody. Cody Blackbird, who's on this album, is nominated, I think, in the Best Rock category. He plays flute on the SAVivor song. There's a bunch of people on there. Go vote, Native American Music Awards, and then get this on iTunes tomorrow. Come to the show Saturday, and then come to Nelly on the 25th, and then we'll see you guys everywhere else in between now and then. So, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We will see you guys next time.
Well.
A production of the SiouxEmpire.com.